I recently analyzed two natal charts from two people, and it was obvious though the male had an outward appearance that could be considered fun and desirable, even charming, but his inward appearance, the hidden side, was very abusive, very abusive. And the female even admitted to me it was a bit abusive. But you could see on their natal charts how they were attracted to, the dark side. Like the eighth house is ruled by Scorpio and Pluto, and there's a lot of abuse there, sexual stuff, physical abuse, you name it. A lot of that's, and both of them had strong eighth houses with Scorpio and Pluto. Now, I don't know if you guys know what a stellium is, but that's when you have four or more planets in one house, and that could really drive a person to be very unstable. So this was the case as well. So I did that video. I was very thorough. Gave a lot of advice to help people not get abused, what to do if you're in a situation like this, and also to protect. Because the female even told me, I think her and the male work at the same job, and she's been warned by human resources, the personnel department, about the situation, and she said she can't even talk to them anymore. She was basically told, if you come to us again, we'll have to terminate you. And that's a horrible situation to be in. So it's essential, if you know of anybody, possibly you're in a situation like this, any form of abuse, any abusive relationship, whether it's verbal, physical, because a lot of times verbal abuse becomes physical. Because if somebody starts to abuse you verbally and you let them get away with it, it's going to start to get physical one way or another. So again, here's the situation. I was asked, particularly because of the situation. I just some things I just can't say because of the situation. I was asked, to use discretion. Now that video is still very much available, but again, based on the request I received, I'm going to honor that request. Now, if you know of anybody, because this is very serious, we cover all this information and what to do. Because I believe it goes on more than what we would assume. I don't think it goes on as bad as it did, say, years ago, because nowadays people will pick up the telephone and call and tell. Even children will pick up the telephone and call and tell. So I don't think it goes on as bad as, say, it was maybe 25 or so years ago, but it still goes on. And unfortunately, a lot of females would just, put up with it. And it's sad that they even blame themselves for some psycho boyfriend. At the end of the day, no matter what you did, that doesn't give him a right to put his hands on you. And if he was really a man, he would just have to deal with it. Deal with it like a man. I had a long talk with a woman that came in my store. Not my store, the store I work at. And same thing. Her ex-husband was trying his best to destroy her. And I was trying to tell her, he's an idiot. Like, no matter what you did, just gracefully bow out. Plus, they have kids. So for the sake of the kids, just gracefully bow out. It didn't work. Move on. Why do you have to go out of your way to try to destroy the female and expose her and all this crazy stuff? When at the end of the day, none of us are perfect. So no matter what she did, if you can't deal with it, work through it, then the law gives you a way out. But to attack her, is nothing manly about that, nothing macho about that, nothing strong about that. So we deal with all of that to let you know. We do give help in the video and everything else. So again, if this is you, or if you know of someone, this is the video that they need to be see, and we again show you how it's on your chart. Ironically, look at the Mars. See how his hand is raised? I didn't do that on purpose. You see how his hand is raised up and the planet Mars is pointing right at that hand? And that's what I was telling the person when I did their natal chart. And remember, Mars used to rule Scorpio. And now Mars rules Aries, and on that chart it was a lot of Aries, a lot of Scorpio, a lot of Mars. So this is an explosive situation, and I warned her continually: do not continue to put yourself in danger, because this could actually end up in death. And when you're dealing with Pluto and Scorpio, the 8th house, you are dealing with death. All right, now to see this, because of what I was asked, it's not public. It's not going to be public. Now, to see it, you can request it if you like. Totally up to you. That information is in the description box. But I would tell you, definitely don't sleep on this information, especially if you or someone is dealing with. I mean, even like extreme arguments, because they can go south or left, whatever they say. That could be a left hook across your jaw. It's just how it is. This is not something to sleep on. Children can be affected as well. I came up under such a family, and not only was parents fighting, and the father was beating the kids up too. So I already know what it's like. So this is not information you want to sleep on. I would strongly get it. You also have to understand, I put thousands of videos out here, viewable. This particular video, because of its intensity, that's why it was requested to please, don't, So out of respect to that person, that's why I did what I did. So to have watched 1,000 videos, thousands of videos free, common sense. So this one, can't do it with this one for the reasons I said, but this is one you don't want to sleep on, especially if you or someone has any kind of close awareness or close connection to any form of abuse, whether it's verbal or physical. And like I said, a lot of these people, when they get abusive, the next people are the children. And a lot of times that becomes either physically abusive or sexually abusive. So this is why a video like this, you need to know. And again, you need to know it because I keep trying to tell you guys, stop going to these fake people that don't know how to read natal charts. This is not bubblegum astrology. I keep warning you. This is not bubblegum astrology. Go to an expert like myself that really shows you what's on your natal chart so that you can get the help you need, so that you can help maneuver through these situations more peacefully, more peaceably, and more successfully. Because bubblegum astrology leads you in a fantasy world, and it's gonna, like I said, that bubble's gonna get popped when reality hits. When his right hand comes down on her, no matter, she's got her hand up, but you best believe that the hand up is not gonna block that man from knocking her on her ass. I've seen it so many times. You're dealing with a person that came up through the 60s, 70s. That's all I ever seen was especially women getting their behinds kicked. And I've seen a few men get abused by women. So this is not a video you want to sleep on. And again, if you take to note everything I said, it was requested that it be done this way. And also, I've done thousands of videos for free, publicly. So let's stop being so cheap. Let's deal with the information and try to get back for people like me that have been helping you out for years. Long time. God bless. The information to see the video is in the description box.